Ready to roll?
Yeah,
Sick.
good to go.
Are you doing an intro or no?
Already did it.
Oh. What's up, everybody? This is Jeffrey, and we're here with Mr. Alec Robinson. Giving you guys a new podcast. It's a lot of... Where do we start? Oh, boy. There's a lot of shit going on.
There's a thing or two going on.
Oh, boy. It's crazy, man. Well, I mean, everyone's affected by this. The COVID-19, is that right, Austin? COVID-19 coronavirus is currently happening, and yeah, man, it's been wild. I don't even know what to think about it. We're lucky that we can keep doing what we're doing here, but yeah, it's been a trip. I mean, just seeing, like, I think the news has been driving everyone psycho. That was like the first phase.
Yeah, that's the main problem, is the mainstream media is making everyone think that this is some fucking pandemic where everyone's going to die, which is, if anyone listens to anyone educated whatsoever, that's not the truth.
No.
Like, I was listening, I'm a big fan of Dr. Drew, and he basically breaks things down, and he's like, H1N1 was way worse than this shit. He's like, this is literally, you feel sick for a little while. It's
right.
not, it's faster spreading, but it's not nearly as detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
as H1N1 was.
I think the big issue right now, or what's going on, is like people are self-diagnosing their own shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting all these different news sources, but then people are like, a lot of people are taking it serious, but then there's a lot of people, like the fucking spring breakers. I didn't think that was real. And then I saw a couple things like on the internet of, no, dude, all these spring breakers went to Florida and partied. And they like think it's a joke. I'm like, oh,
well, like that one. I think it's that one video that's circulating where they interview like 5 different people.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
It's like the first one comes out. It's like a, he maybe 22 years old or whatever, and he's like, it's spring break, doesn't matter, we're gonna still party and all that. And another girl's like, it's my 21st birthday, and this is completely affecting my birthday, and I can't go to the bars and all that. And you're just like, God, fuck, just.
Dude, I remember being young.
Oh,
I remember those days, dude.
it's unreal.
When you were just like, I don't give a fuck about anybody.
This is affecting my spring break.
Drinking, getting laid.
This is affecting my spring break. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when people are like super self-centered and like it's all about them.
Well, it definitely goes to show people's true colors really fucking come out during things like this. Like, completely show, who you, what type of person you are, if you even remotely give a shit about anyone else besides yourself.
Well, I mean, dude, like that. So this thing that you said you watched with these people saying those comments, which, yeah, that doesn't shock me, but they're very sheltered. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know. They've probably had everything like handed to them, right? They go to high school. They've never had a real job. They've never had to work for money or like work to like put a roof over their head. Someone's always, enabled them, and then they go to spring break because they feel entitled that they should. Parents probably paid for that. And you wreck their plan or their agenda to have fun and party, and it's like they don't give a shit if the world's coming to an end.
Well, it's that, and then being, in your late teens, early 20s, nothing can take you down. You live
Dude, I was invincible back then.
You live that invincible life.
Sick.
Some people grow out of it, some don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't really. When you see stuff like that, you can't really be surprised. But it's when it's the actual adults, like real adults, that are, sweeping it under the rug, but the fact is, I mean, I forgot what, I mean, don't quote me on statistics, but it's like 0.0008% of people in age ranges from, whatever to whatever die, actually. So it's not, for the most part, the only people are dying are the elderly people and people who already have compromised immune systems, whether that's from cancer or they have respiratory issues and stuff like that. So yeah, not everyone's going to die, but the fact of the matter is, the reason there's this, social distancing and all that stuff is to not protect the people who aren't going to get it or aren't going to be affected by it, but to protect the people who will actually be affected by it. Because we're fine. unless some crazy fucking thing happens where some fluke, because there's always a fluke.
Totally.
There's always a fluke, but for the most part, like you're gonna be fine. You know, you get it. It's gonna be like the normal flu, passes through, but it's protecting the people who can't.
Yeah, I mean
just
the big concern for me is more the economic crash.
Oh yeah,
and everything goes in the toilet, and I know for sure, like, it's like the Depression. Like, your mega companies are like, I mean, the whole United States is shutting down. So it's like, I mean, and the hard part is, man, is like a lot of people, they don't know, no one knows shit, right? So you like Dr. Drew, cool. That's still an opinion, right? He could be right in some aspects, but he could also be wrong, right? Then he was talking about he hangs out with Dr. Oz a lot. That guy's like psycho, like cleanliness, everything has to go perfect kind of guy, and kind of like OCD. And I've literally watched shit that has come out of his mouth that is completely bogus, right?
Yeah, so Dr. Drew spends.
But here's what I'm saying. Let me finish my point though. Is that you're getting now all of these people. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Drew, but then you get him, then you get Ben Shapiro, then you get Trump, then you get this person and that person, then you get all these Democratic Party, this party, that party, and they're all fucking throwing their shit on the internet. So then you get people like my parents, right, or just whoever, and then just scrolling, dude, and then people take it as like a joke, like people did some funny memes, shit like that. It's like, it's a joke until it affects you, right? And a lot of times people are getting a little more like, not on the sickness aspect, but like they have kids and bills to pay. And like my wife's unemployed. Like she lost both of her jobs. So I'm feeling this heavily right now because it all is on my shoulders 100%. So that's more where my concern is coming. It's not the actual like sickness of this virus, because like you're totally right. Like the H1? What was it?
H1N1?
Yeah, was like, holy shit, that was bad. But then notice how in the media, what Drew was saying is that Dr. Drew was saying that we didn't really hear shit about it, right? We heard a little bit about it, but it was already over. And now with social media being like, going to the bathroom, it's like taking a shower. Like if you don't have Facebook and Instagram, that's fucking weird, right? So now people are getting all their information from every other human being. And I just think for me personally, I've got a kid, but it's not really, that's even not my concern. It's more of like the economic crash and the world shutting down and people losing jobs. And that's scary shit, man, because bills don't stop.
That's the thing, is the world runs on money.
Of course.
And a large percentage of the American people don't have any income at all. Think about what the service industry makes up of the United States. It's crazy. Like you think, or even whether it's not like restaurants or bars and everything, but literally everything else. Movie theaters, people who work in movie theaters, anything that has to do with entertainment or whatever, fucking all tours are shut down.
Sports.
You know what?
Sports.
You know what that? Yeah, when sports, all that. That the people that are, when you think of like music and everything, the artists and everything are being affected by it because they can't tour. But think of those are, say it's a group of 5 people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 5 people. Think about how many people it takes to be able to put on a show. Yeah. All those people are out of work now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Completely.
Who's the dude? Who's the country guy? Big tatted up guy.
Zach Brown, baby?
Yeah, he did a post on Instagram, and he was like crying. And it was like just him filming his face, and he was like laid off 80 employees. Yeah. And they're all like close family members of him, because he's like, oh yeah, we've been touring together for like 10 plus years. These are like, they've done all my kids' events. I've gone to all their kids' events. Like they are extended family. Oh, yeah. And he's like, I just had to get rid of 80 of them. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And that's like your full-time gig. That's how you make your money, and now it's like gone, cut off.
Yeah, I think it's been a week, literally. A week.
Has it been a week?
It's been a week, because I think Monday
7 full days?
Last Monday was when they were like, okay, we're starting to shut shit down. I think Monday was restaurants, bars,
Right.
like the gym, they shut it down after 8 o'clock that night, everything.
Right.
So it's been a week.
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's put however many people out of work.
Kind of shows you the importance of saving cash.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like,
absolutely.
Dude, and no one saves shit, or a lot. It's not talked highly upon, and it's kind of weird though. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I'm like, maybe this is a coincidence, but Gary Vee was really harping that before this coronavirus hit. All of his videos were like, it's cool to save. People need to save money. Stash it away for a rainy day. Invest down the road. That's the cool thing. Don't spend it, save it. And then boom.
Well, here's the rainy fucking day.
Right, exactly. But I thought that was weird.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect anything like this. That's life. Though.
Yeah.
You one day, it's just like death. I mean, one day everything could be going fucking fantastic. The next day you get hit by a bus and you're dead. I mean, it's no different than right now. Everything was cool one day. Next thing you know, on the news, you're like, oh, fuck, some crazy shit's going on over in China. Oh, now it's in Italy.
Now it's here.
Oh, shit, now it's in the United States. Next thing you know, a few weeks later, the United States is basically shut down.
Right.
It just happens. Just like that. And you asked me 2 months ago if I would have been like, hey, do you think that something's gonna happen in the United States where basically everything is gonna get shut down? I'd be like, what?
Dude, it's like, no. Do you remember where you were when the 9/11 happened?
Yeah.
Where were you?
I remember I was in second grade or first grade, or second grade.
Fourth grade.
No, you weren't. We're the same age. How old are you?
28.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was in second grade then. Yeah, I remember. I was at my old house, coming downstairs and seeing my parents sitting in front of the TV, swearing at the TV, and my dad's like, "Well, I'm getting deployed," because he just knew immediately. He was like, "I'm gone."
Yeah, I think I was in ninth grade. Yeah, ninth grade. Film class, and it was like early in the morning because that's when it happened. Yep. Well,
it was like
East Coast.
7,
super early. It was like a morning flight.
Here, yeah.
And never forget that. And it's like that, and then this.
Well, think about we went to California less than a month ago.
Yep.
And before we left, there was like a little bit of talks about. We're like, I wonder if. I remember joking around, being like, look at all the fucking people in the airport wearing the masks and shit, because there's just a little bit less than a month, literally 3 weeks later.
Yeah, it just gets
fucking done.
Yeah, and then you wonder like how much of that is driven by people posting stuff, the social media craze, or is it actually true data that it's? I mean, clearly it's it got worse from when we left for California, right?
Yeah,
that's common sense. That's totally what happened, but really, how bad though? But we'll never know. It's like all these numbers are getting thrown out every day, and I hate to say it, but I try to now start to tone it out a little bit. I know that maybe that people get pissed if they hear this and hear me saying that, but it's too much. It's just too much shit coming in of idiots saying their comments. And if I see another in-home fucking workout video, sorry, going around on it, it's like we get it. Like, gyms are closed. You figured out how to use your couch. Good job. Congratulations, But
and it's the fear of the unknown that I think is is the scariest thing, because we don't know. We're like, is this going to last? Is this going to be all good in 2 weeks?
I personally think it's going to be a longer than people think.
I know. I'm like, but that's the thing. You're like, is this going to be? Right. Are they going to? Have they been hiding the fact that they have a vaccine or whatever for it, and then start rolling it out in the next week or two, or is it going to go a year? But I mean, I think my personal opinion, even though it doesn't mean shit, but
the people want to know.
You can only let the country just kind of shut down for so long before people start going, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a revolt, right?
Yeah, think about people day 1, day 2, day 3, people are already getting all fucking stir crazy and shit. You think you can expect this to go on for 2 months?
Right.
Even 2 months isn't a long time, but 2 months, it's a week and people are already losing their fucking minds. So I think in my opinion,
looting, rioting type shit, people I don't think that would be.
I don't think
not
that's
far.
No, yeah, absolutely.
That would definitely happen.
desperate people do desperate fucking shit when they're desperate.
Yeah.
But I look at it like, I think if they can't fully get a handle on it, the country's just gonna throw their hands up and be like, it is what it is.
It's gonna be the Wild West.
Well, no, not that. They'll be just like, all right, resume business as usual. Some people are gonna die. Some people are gonna live. We can't fucking control it. It is what it is, because like that's what's going on in England. They're just like, it is what it is. We're gonna go about our business.
Yeah, the weird thing is, dude, and then you get all the people going like, you know, how are they going to react? Like, are they going to create mandatory? So a couple different things, right? If they eventually, which take months and months, say they get a vaccine for it. Okay. Now is everyone mandatory has to take it when you don't even know what the fuck's in it, right? The government's making you.
Yeah.
Also, the government's making you do this. To me, it's looking like because of a pandemic, that they call it, it can start leading into like socialism and start like or the government's like getting more, you know, control.
Well, we're right now, yeah, because
you know
we're 100% reliant on the government right now, because they're the ones who have, in quotations, all the answers. Because no one's going to know if this is good until all of a sudden you see it pop up on the news. All clear, fucking go outside, have fun. That's the thing, is
how's
no
that
one
gonna work?
Yeah, exactly. No one knows.
Yeah.
That's what's so unnerving about the whole situation is, okay, so how do we know that you know there's an all clear? Is there ever going to be an all clear? What's going on here? And yeah, the same thing. You can't force someone to get a fucking like a shot of whatever. You can't. It's against human rights.
Yeah, but then they can change shit too. That's the scary part. Is like, you know, what's interesting to me is like we're in this point, but what's shocking is I'm kind of looking at like China and those like markets with all the fucking
eating bats and shit.
It's so fucked.
Just yummy.
I'm actually kind of like, how did this not happen a lot like many years ago?
Probably did.
Like sooner, you know, or something that like I've told people like, you know, it could be even worse where like it's an actual virus that you get it, you die. There is no chance of living. Right? I mean, it could be something that's even worse than what we got now.
We're lucky with this. You get a fucking runny nose and some fucking chest pain.
Yeah.
And, that's
and some people that are immune compromised, you know, not the case. But, yeah, man, it's a weird time, too, because I think what really bugs me a lot is how people are acting. And it makes me kind of like go, we're idiots in regards to the Costco rating. You can't get fucking toilet paper, what does that have to do with a flu that you need to wipe your asshole? Like, I don't...
Dude,
I'm trying to
your little fucking starfish between your cheeks is like the most important thing. So you gotta,
jump in the shower.
You gotta get that plush fucking...
Jump?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
okay, you gotta get that plush toilet paper to fucking feather that asshole.
Right.
But...
Keep it nice.
That's what I really would like to know, which we never will, is where did the toilet paper thing originate? Because it was one day all of a sudden you hear fucking every place is out of toilet paper.
I think what it is someone posted it and it just spread.
Yeah,
it spread like anything where, you know, you see like maybe a couple jokey memes like, oh, that, you know, it's kind of like Black Friday type shit. And you just get 2 turns to 4, 4 to 10, 10 to 200. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but what in your mind? Because this isn't like in terms of, like, it'd be one thing if you're like, oh, a virus comes out and you're gonna be fucking pissing out your ass if you get it.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, I might need some toilet paper to fucking clean my fucking rumpus up. But well,
I could tell you what it is. Well, it's the people like the conspiracy theory type people, right? And then they kind of lump this into like the zombie apocalypse or the world is coming to an end. They're like, see, told you, it's a virus. China planned it, which it wasn't the case. Yes, it came from there, but they didn't it's not a bioterror weapon. But the whole point is though, dude, think of just that principle. How many people in the United States think that shit? A fuck ton.
Oh yeah.
And there's your start to your Costco rating. Go into Target running in like batshit crazy. Like that, your friend you talked to that runs the Target, she said they're lined up at fucking 6 a.m. and they sprint in.
Well, I think a huge problem, the whole thing is so many of these people that have these mega platforms to be able to spew their conspiracy shit, like fucking Eddie Bravo You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
when he goes on fucking Rogan and is just like blah, blah, and all of a sudden people are like, oh,
Yeah.
if he even makes like the smallest bit of sense, people
Yeah.
are like, yeah, that's right. So you have all these people that have these massive fucking platforms
Totally.
instead of just, you know, being I guess somewhat normal.
Right.
You're using, like, think about the reach Joe Rogan has.
Insane.
Millions and million every
Millions and
episode.
millions.
Every episode
Yeah.
gets millions, tens of millions of fucking downloads. So and he's on it all the time, and he's always talking about shit like that. So you're like, hundreds of millions of people have this fucking thought in the back of their mind that everything going on in this world is just a fucking joke.
Has he been on there recently since all this shit hit the
and
fan?
he goes on like the Joe Rogan fight companions. Yeah, he's on it all the time.
So like that episode with Joe Rogan and the guy from Minnesota, Michael Ahlstrom. I mean, that was great. Like, we needed that. But then all that Eddie Bravo shit, it's like, nah. I don't need conspiracy theory shit.
And I mean, he can do whatever he wants,
Sure.
and people dig him. Like, yeah, he's funny. Sometimes it's funny
But
to
that-
listen to him rant about where you're just like, dude, you're out of your goddamn fucking
But
mind.
that's the problem, dude, is like there's people that
soak that shit up.
they soak it up and they're like, oh, he believes what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this little clan of Costco toilet paper weirdos.
Next thing you know, you have people hoarding fucking
Yeah,
toilet
dude, and
paper,
they're
eating it in the bathroom.
Yeah, and then Costco gave him the big middle finger and posted, "You cannot return these 10 items."
Yeah.
I was like, "Go Costco!"
Yeah,
that
that's
was right.
hilarious. Like that
Sanitizer,
that dumb,
toilet paper, Lysol wipes.
Like
I think
that-
diapers was another
that
one.
dumb shit that dropped $17,000.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that dude got shut down because he didn't just go to his local. Like, we read the story about him. He didn't just go to like his local Costco and just buy a shit. He went on like a 4,000-mile trek, stopping at every convenience store, picking up hand sanitizer and fucking toilet paper. It's like,
sad.
good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad, man. You suck.
But I mean, dude, yeah, I guess. I mean, it was weird. So the funny thing is, I was kind of in the mix. I have not touched a Costco since this all went down, but I just went to the grocery store because I actually needed fucking toilet paper because I had 2 rolls left, so I'm just gonna get my usual amount, like the 2 double packs, and call it good. Well, there was only 2 left on the whole shelf, and I just felt like a douche even going in the
Grabbing
line
them. Yep.
and having a pack of toilet paper. And I want to be like, I'm not like all you fucks, you know, where you look over and they're telling, hey, can you guys limit it to 10, packages? It's like, what are you doing?
Yep, that's
So fucking stupid.
I was hanging out with my mom yesterday, and we were like, "Oh, let's go get like a cribbage board so we can like play cribbage and shit."
That's old
Cribbage
school,
is
man.
great. I love cribbage. But first we went to Target, and they're like all sold out of like a shitload of games.
They're gonna say they're out of cribbage games.
They were.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, they were sold out.
Oh, board games.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it weird to
So-
think certain businesses are really
crushing it,
booming,
yeah.
like Mattel and shit,
Yeah.
or like whoever makes.
So
board
then
games?
we went over to the lovely Walmart over in Brooklyn Park, and went in there and found cribbage. And
Yeah.
also they had my mom said she needed toilet paper, so she went and they actually had it. They're actually like unboxing it, and she's like, I need
nice.
paper towels as well. So they gave her one of each. We go up to check out, and the guy goes, "Oh yeah, you can only have one or the other."
Serious?
Yeah,
No shit.
So, yeah, went with the
Wow,
went
you
with
went
the
with the
toilet
TP
paper to
yeah,
clean your
smart.
asshole. Yeah, but the funny thing is, you think anyone would just have the slightest bit of common sense? Because when I have a gnarly shit, which happens very frequently,
Yep.
I don't even go for toilet paper. I'm like, this isn't even worth mashing it in my ass. It's like mashing toilet or
So
like
what do you do then?
I go right into the shower.
Seriously?
Yes, right into the shower. I'm like this, like wipe, like when you wipe one, you have like a Sharpie shit, and you're
Yeah, I
like,
hate
either
those.
I'm gonna
I
use
really hate
about
those.
6 rolls of toilet paper till this shit's done, or my asshole is gonna look like fucking roast beef. So I skip the whole process and I jump
Really?
right into the shower, removable shower head, spray that right on your little fucking peach.
Oh, so you
and
basically
then-
it's a bidet.
yeah, exactly. So
do you-
what happens?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't have any toilet paper
Right.
anymore. What do? You hop in your shower
Dude,
and you
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
hose your ass down.
It's not. No,
It's
that's
not
what
the
I
end
was
of the
saying.
world.
Someone was talking about them. Like, dude, why is everyone all bent on TP? It's
don't
like
get
we
it.
have. It's funny. So like when all this stuff happened, right? People then lumped it into like, hey, dumbass, you still have running fucking water in your house. So, for like example, you're out of toilet paper, jump in the shower.
Or become resourceful. Use white fucking t-shirts, rip them up, and then throw them away. You'd be surprised. Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can come up with when you have nothing. When I was in boot camp, in receiving, so you're in receiving for the first few days before you actually go to your training company, and you get there and you basically, when you get to boot camp, it's like your mind's erased. You're just like, I don't know anything anymore. It's like the second you get there, you just become the stupidest human being in the world.
Really?
So we get there, and there's about 120 guys in the receiving squad bay, and they didn't give us toilet paper. So there's no toilet. I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't know. But so I held my shit for 2 solid days to the point where you're like, if I take a step, I'm going to fucking...
Yeah, dunzo.
So what we did was we had notepads and everything. So we ripped the notepads, and then you just crumple up the paper, unroll, uncrinkle it. You keep doing that over and over and over again until it gets soft. Then we wiped our ass. So... I mean, worst comes to worst, you'll figure it out.
That's a really smart, but that sounds like a lot of work.
It was, but you know what? That's what you do when you either it's your hand or you spend a little bit of time crumpling up some paper.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why people were... It was a really weird... I don't know. I try not to... I don't want to sound like I don't follow. I really question a lot of people, and I try not to follow the herd when it comes to... Everyone's running out to the store, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, but food's not a shortage. That's more important, right? Like, our fruits, our vegetables, like, we're good. Like, these idiots are like, I'm stocking up on sanitation wipes. You can only wipe shit down so much.
And also, if you're that worried about it, stay in your house and don't let anyone into your house. Yeah. Guess what? You're fine.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, like, restaurants and shit, like... What people don't understand, anything like this is airborne. So, like, you walk in crowded areas, you walk in a public restaurant where people have been. That's how you get it. And, like, putting your hands in your mouth and shit like that. But that's it, man. Like, it has nothing to do with cleanliness of wipes and toilet paper or any of that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is...
They're making so much fucking money, by the way.
Yeah, Clorox is just crushing it.
Dude, Johnson & Johnson.
The funny thing is they think that the coronavirus actually made its way to the United States back in like December.
Yeah.
So a large portion of the United States probably has already had it.
Well, we were saying, right, Austin? We both were like sick
I was
as shit.
Extremely sick at the beginning of winter, end of fall. Guess what? Bad. That was we probably had it.
Potentially.
We probably already had it.
Yeah, man. I mean, there was a moment. I usually get in like here a lot of people, you know, whoever's listening, where you're from, but like Minnesota gets really wicked weather. Like we go from, well, it's awesome. It's like sunny, almost 60, nice, and then like can be like 14 and like snow. It sucks.
Oh, we can have a no joke 50 to 60 degree change overnight.
Right, and so that I think that fucks with your immune system.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, I got really sick, dude. Like, it was so bad. I was pretty much out for 2 weeks, week and a half.
Yep, and it's you can't avoid it. No. You know you're gonna get sick at least probably about twice a year, really bad. Right. And usually I always do, and it's like clockwork. It's either
when the weather.
It's either at the beginning of fall, or the beginning of winter, and then at the end of winter usually. Is when there's these when it's a big, huge, drastic temperature change. Yeah. But it's usually the gnarliest one is the beginning to end of fall. Yeah. Always, if it happens all the time.
What have you noticed, like right now with everything? What's been the most? Because you pretty much your whole family's in the medical field. Yeah. They're at hospitals. What it's been like the word from them, or what? Not really, honestly, their personal opinion, but what have they noticed at work? Because your brother works in the hospital, your sister-in-law, your mom, and your dad.
Well, the crazy...
Give us the scoop, bro.
It's kind of wild, the fact... Like, you think anyone in the medical field is, like, kosher, like, they're good, they got fucking work. Nope, it's affecting them, too. Like, my mom told me, she was like, I have work this week, and then after that, I don't know. because what they're doing in the hospitals is they're shutting down all non-essential, whatever it may be, testing, all that.
Surgeries, if like a gallbladder or some shit.
Yeah, so they'll have emergency surgeries, but there's no elective, nothing that is unnecessary they're not doing at all. Damn. So even if you work in a hospital, you still have the potential of being laid off.
Right.
My brother and sister-in-law work in the ER, and they got approved for all the overtime they want. So they're good. But
nice.
But the thing, what they all talk about and everything is, it's a virus, so you can't do anything about it.
Right.
It's a virus. Like, let's say you get sick, and you're like, fuck, I'm dying. I think I have like strep throat. You go to the doctor, and they're like, no, you don't have strep throat. You have a virus. So you have to let it ride out. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So at the hospitals, unless they have to actually intake them because they're so bad, you just get sent home.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't leave your house for 2 weeks.
I'd say that's the most important thing out of all this, man, is by doing your part. Your part is to, like, if you don't feel good. Like, it was actually kind of awesome. I mean, I feel bad that he was sick, but a client of mine, he's like, I'm staying home. I'm like, good for you, man. He's been home for like 2 weeks. Yeah. And he's starting to feel better now, but he's still staying home. I'm like, good for you, man.
If you remotely stay home. You're not missing anything, and that's the thing is, you're not missing anything. Nothing's going on.
No.
So if you even remotely feel sick at all, stay your ass at home, because literally everyone's working from home.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
dude.
it. So if you have the capabilities, also, if you're like, you're lucky enough to still have a job and you're doing all your work from home and you feel sick, don't be a fucking idiot and just stay home. It's not that hard.
I think the problem is with all this is that it really shows how dumb people are.
Yeah.
We're
all idiots.
Yeah, it's showing I wouldn't say that, but I would say
we're all idiots.
Yeah, okay. It's showing their true colors, and I think a lot of times that's the embarrassing part about this is, like, the world's huge, but, you know, in the United States alone, you're just like, oh, dude, why are people just use a little bit of common sense? They really don't, you know. I don't know. It's a weird time. I think the hard part is people aren't affected by it because it hasn't happened to necessarily them. You know what I mean? Personally. Yeah. So they're kind of like, yeah, it's a thing going on, whatever. But again, like I've said before, I'm more concerned about the economic crash. And we've noticed terrifying. Sales. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, thank God everyone's super supportive and awesome. Like, we're sending out a bunch of orders today, but I've noticed a difference, like, where it's a little bit slower than usual. I mean, still coming in, but, you know, at least we can work.
It goes back to the fear of the unknown, is no one knows how long this is going to last. So unless you're sitting on a solid amount that you've saved,
right?
No one knows how long it's going to last, and they're not going to make unnecessary purchases on things. And that goes for everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything across the board. And that's what it comes down to. What is one of the scariest things is we just don't know.
I just wonder if after all of this is blown over and done, what's gonna change in the regards to, like, are people just gonna be like going back to the same old bullshit?
100% guarantee it. It. No one gives a fuck now. Think about it. If no one gives a fuck, everyone looks at it like it's a complete utter burden on their life. It's not like a big reality check for people. They're just like, well, I got to ride this out for however long it goes. No one. It's gonna go right back to how it was, and they're gonna be like, fuck yeah, we're back. Here we go.
I think it depends on who you're talking. I think it depends on who you're talking about, what person, you know, because I think depending on where that person's at in their life. So, like, for example, the college kid you were talking about, yes, they are going to be a part of that demographic for sure. But people that have, like, actual, like, you know, for example, like, you know, the people that have go bags and money under the mattress and shit that's, like, stashed away for a rainy day, I think that's going to you're going to get a lot more of those people.
Oh, probably. You're going to get a lot of people
higher gun purchases.
Who fucking bury cash in their backyards.
Totally. Because the banks can go, you know, but I feel it's all on your demographic, right? And your crowd. So yeah, dude, you're going to get those idiots that are like, as long as I got my fucking iPhone and whatever, back to the same shit. Mom and dad pay for all my shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, right? You get that. But man, I'm hoping that well, a lot. It's going to be cooler to save. That's for sure. Guarantee you a lot more people are going to be like, oh, remember when your parents used to say you should have a cushion?
I bet a lot less trips to fucking Vegas and shit for people.
I think it shakes up people that were wealthy, right? Or like it's going to change like economic status of like where you're at, right? So what I'm trying to get at is like people that were pretty well off are doing pretty solid, right? Your main source of income is instantly cut. So there's going to be a lot of shift in like what people are doing. Yeah, I mean, maybe the trips to Vegas, but also Vegas is going to have to completely pivot their business and go, we need to drop prices on hotels. We need to make more deals to get more people in to make it cheaper. You know, it's more of quantity, not the high, quality. I don't know.
That's what I've been wondering about. I feel like it could go two ways. Like when everything eventually, comes to an end, in terms of like flights and everything, are the flights going to stay low for them to be able to rebound, or are they going to be like fucking astronomically expensive because of they're really trying to make up for everything? So you're like, which way is it going to go? Is it going to stay tame, or is it going to be a flight to California is $900?
If that's the case, people won't do it.
Yeah.
People would rather sit there and jump in their car, drive 24 hours to get to California, and then drop in $1,000 to fly. I mean, that's just how that would go. I mean, I don't think the airline industry is dumb enough to hike up prices like that.
You'd hope not.
You'd hope not. And if they did, you're going to see a lot more seats on planes for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, I just hope there's some sort of, I guess, not even to expect a resolution super fast, but I worry about so many people in terms of just financially, because they're talking about doing a stimulus package where everyone gets $1,000 or $1,200.
That's still
and
shit.
Think about it.
Not even enough.
Think about it. That's a few $1 trillion or whatever the dollar amount that they were going to spend to do that. That's 1 month.
Yeah.
This is more than likely going to go on long.
Yeah,
okay. So the second 90% of the people in the United States who don't have more than $500 in their savings account get that, it's all going to be gone in a day to be able to pay for whatever they couldn't pay for the following month. What happens after this?
Yeah.
What happens after that month? Are they going to be able to come up with another few $1 trillion to do it again and again and again?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
the country will fucking implode.
There's going to be a lot of businesses that are done.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
going to be like a ghost town in places like, I mean, people, unless you're from Minnesota, you won't know, but like West End, Arbor Lakes, all these areas are going to be like, they're going to be like ghost towns.
Well, a couple positive things, I think. Well, it maybe not necessarily positive, but for sure, because of this, 9-to-5 corpo companies, the big time skyscrapers, we have all of our employees in-house. That world is going to go away so fast, where if we worked for a corporate company, we're working from home. Yeah. Working from home is going to be the new fucking norm. And I'm saying like across the board, dude, where we're talking, you used to show up at the office for Best Buy Corporate, and majority of Best Buy Corporate's people are not going to be at the office. They are all going to be working from their house.
I'm going to start working from home from now on.
But that's one shift in the workforce, is because with technology, what's the point? And they're also going to notice, so for example, right, you have a building, massive building, someone has to pay the bill on that building.
Yeah, picture now, like what one of the major skyscrapers, totally. And what it costs a month just to light that bitch.
Right, but like here's the thing too, right? Think about like it's just overhead cost is pointless. So if you took your people and they could work from home, you're going to get probably better production, more stuff gets done. But now what about your overhead costs? Same thing with malls. Anybody who runs a boutique shop or is in a mall, you are fucked right now.
Unless you're a super big, like you're Nike.
But it doesn't matter though. Right now, Nike came up in my feed, 30% off their website. Yeah. There's a reason why Nike is throwing a fucking 30% off sale. This is massively crushing them right now. And yeah, they're a massive
Well,
company.
think about like the Supremes and shit like that, where
they're all shut down.
yeah, what
Except their online
no,
store.
no one's gonna fucking
No.
no one's gonna buy a brick that's spray painted red for 10 grand. Who the fuck wants to buy shit like that now? I bet all these like, you know, super limited edition, like the high, like they have those shoe websites where people are
StockX.
No one's doing that shit anymore.
StockX. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're still doing it. It's just they're affected for sure. Like you always have a collector, dude. No matter if like the world ends tomorrow, you're still gonna have guys that are buying certain secret sneakers that are rare as shit.
Should we
right?
just start selling my underwear? All right, we'll put that out there. All right,
Do it.
anyone who wants to buy my underwear, DM me, and I'll send it. And that'll be a
sickhead people.
that'll be a rainy day fund. So if you want my underwear, DM me. I'll give you my price. We'll go. The more they cost, the more days I wear them. So that's how it's gonna go. So
that makes sense.
Shoot me a message and we'll talk.
Yeah. So the businesses are gonna shift on that end, but the internet straight to e-commerce. This is like pounding people in the head. Like, guys, the freaking brick and mortar is overhead cost that does not need to happen.
Yeah, you can't. And even if you. Yeah, when it comes to brick and mortar, I get the whole like, oh, I like to try stuff on before I buy it.
Sure, but
but also you can't even get a percentage of the traffic in an actual store than you can on an online store.
Correct.
So
your
what's
shop,
the benefit?
Well, your shop should be secondary for your branding presence. And this is anything. This is clothing. This is supplements. This is even if you're a videographer, photographer, whatever. Like, you know, your social presence is proof right now how important it is to buy Facebook advertising, to go more heavily on. I'm going to advertise my business on the internet because you're a photographer, videographer, you run a brand, whatever, and get it out there and then sell it e-commerce. Obviously, with certain people, you have to physically meet them. But yeah, man, like brick and mortar.
Not even, because you can just do fucking Skype calls and shit.
Yeah, to get concepts or ideas. But I just feel what sucks is the world of, you know, going somewhere, that whole brick and mortar. This is even more like that model is even worse of it's a shittier idea than it was 3 years ago. It definitely makes it worse.
Well,
now.
and the thing about it is, when was the last time you actually went into a shop and bought something? I couldn't even tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
But for the most part, size-wise, everything is relatively comparable.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I wear a large T-shirt, I buy a large T-shirt.
Probably gonna wear a large hoodie.
Probably gonna do that. Oh, I wear my pants are, I have
pants
a 30.
are a little dicey.
It can be,
Those are
but
dicey.
overall, if you're like, I wear a 34, I'm gonna go with a 34. It's probably gonna be good.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, send it back and they send you a different size.
Pretty easy.
It's not that hard.
No.
But I bet Jeff Bezos has just had a rock hard boner for like a month right now.
Well, it's weird. He's the one business that, again, he's pretty smart because he's using kind of the whole situation to his advantage, where he just posted an ad. He said, hey, everyone out there who is unemployed, I'm hiring, so I'll hire you because you don't have any money coming in. He literally is like the one dude that's PRing job offers because, well, you have no money, or now you just got hired as a factory worker at Amazon and you're throwing boxes on a conveyor belt making $17 to $20 an hour. Money, zero. I think you're going to go with the money, right? So he's actually, I saw it in my feed. It was Jeff Bezos is promoting.
I know he did something where he's like, I need 100,000 people.
Sure, yeah. But, for someone like him, he's utilizing this as actually probably a spike in his business. It's affected too, though. He does have, for sure, because he gets so much product from China. So all of that product and supplies are probably, that supply chain's probably tampered with. But then he just pivots his business slightly and finds other avenues. But he's e-commerce. Again, the way the world's going, and it should be. And then I feel if you're a big enough brand, then you can, for like luxury, for like shits and giggles, you can do a standalone boutique shop or something that creates more of an experience for the customer. But until then, man, if you don't have online presence, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, it's not smart.
Like, foot traffic ain't a thing, like, especially around here. They were even talking, I was listening to a podcast, No Jumper, where they said Fairfax, that used to be the hot spot for all the streetwear brands, is tanked. Like, this is pre the corona shit.
Yeah.
That they're saying it's costing too much, and these streetwear brands are like, oh, it's cool and trendy to be on Fairfax to get that attention, but now no one gives a fuck. They're like, I'd rather just sit at home, swipe on my phone, click a button, give him my credit card. There you go. Mm-hmm. And the dude drops it off at my front door.
Yeah, because I honestly cannot tell you the last thing I bought in a store. Mm-hmm. I have no idea.
Last thing I'm
maybe a pair of shoes.
Fuck, I don't even know.
Maybe.
Man. Yeah.
What was that?
Bro, what's up with that cough, dude?
Get out.
Get
out.
You get, boy.
Get out. Thank you.
But God, he's gone now. We can talk about him.
Fired.
We can talk about
fired.
Him. Yeah, man. And the one thing is too, a lot of people aren't noticing the big picture. You know, with the companies that are like, this is week one. Like,
yeah, that's what's scary.
Fuck. Like, again, I don't want to jinx it. I'm just super thankful the internet is up and running. But, yeah, man, it hits home because, you know, my spouse is unemployed and she's filing for unemployment. It's like, how weird is that? And that's what I try to tell people. Like, even with what we do, nothing's guaranteed.
Well,
man.
they're saying 3 months to get a check.
No, I know a girl who filed and she already got one a week
Really?
later. Yeah, they're turning around. The problem is the site crashed
because there's
so many people doing it, and
maybe they should have a boutique shop that you can go into to do it.
Get your unemployment. Yeah. You know, and well, my buddy who I saw in Maui, great career, great job, works at a high-end resort, literally cruising along, day hits, and the next day had to start filing for unemployment.
Think about all the poor strippers out there.
Dude, any job, like anything that has,
tragic.
I mean, all that stuff.
Literally anything you have to go to.
Here's what I don't explain. Austin was just there. That Chick-fil-A, not the strip club. Austin was just at the strip club.
He was just at Spearmint Rhino.
Yep, he was at the lunch buffet. Great.
They have a great macaroni buffet.
Yeah, mac and cheese. Austin.
And they even they make it a real experience. They chop up hot dogs and put the hot dogs in the macaroni. So
oh, God. One free beverage of your choice.
But you got to buy 2 before that.
Yeah, so what ends up happening? What the fuck was I talking about?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. So Austin goes to Chick-fil-A. And we were talking about it, and I'm kind of like, yeah, Chick-fil-A, great. Everything's good there.
Not
but it's a little spendy for what you get. But what I don't understand is this, right? You don't want all these people gathered in the restaurant aspect. But in the back of the restaurant is a bunch of fucking Chick-fil-A workers hanging out. The drive-through window is open. Yeah. This is an airborne and surface
this is never
virus.
Gonna end.
And then the line is like 10 fucking blocks long because people are lazy. They don't make their own food. Yeah. Not saying you are, but maybe.
I am.
He goes, I am. Yeah.
He's like our Nadav.
I love
our Nadav.
Yeah. I love how he's honest, though. It's great. Yeah, kind of lazy. But the thing is, so Chick-fil-A, it's lined up. So they're crushing. Like, their sales are still affected because people aren't going into the restaurant, but the drive-thru's banging, dude.
Yeah, it looks like every In-N-Out restaurant.
Exactly. So, but people are breathing and touching your shit.
Yeah, and spitting in your mouth and shit.
And they're like, if you're the drive-thru guy, I'm like, what's up, man? Thanks. Changing the hands of money and now food. And you know people are opening their food in the car and they're nom, 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 they shovel their face. That is not following any guideline to prevent this fucking virus. So when they said all restaurants are shut down, but guess what? To go is pumping. I'm like,
people are still touching it.
That is the same fucking thing.
Unless they're like have the most crazy protocol where they're like every
suit?
single hazmat fucking
when you got your Chick-fil-A,
in Purell. Did someone pump some Purell into their hand before they gave it to you?
No gloves. He said no gloves.
Shut up. Really?
No gloves.
Nothing.
No hazmat suit when they gave you your spicy chicken with pepper jack?
Peel off it for Monsters Inc.
It's just in a... Here's your spicy chicken.
That's the thing. It's just going to show it. You can't stop it.
So I don't know if someone can explain that.
Yeah, if someone works at Chick-fil-A and they listen to this, tell us what your proto is. What's that protocol?
Well, I mean, I look at it like if it's airborne and by surface, that makes no sense. So I don't know. People love their to-go food, but fuck, man, it's he told me that. I was like, oh shit. And then I drove by Chick-fil-A. Fucking packed, dude. Like a mile easily.
Yeah, I went
Cars just lined up.
I picked up food for me and my cousin.
Where'd you go?
I went to Cane's.
Oh my God.
That was great.
Literally, I have not thought about it until you just said it. And I want that
But that's
so
how it was.
fucking bad.
It was the line was literally wrapped all the way around. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna take forever. They just
Banged it out. Yeah.
right through. But
Raising Cane's is the best.
oh yeah. So I mean, it's crazy how there's really no middle ground. It's either businesses are fucking plummeting.
Yeah,
or they're
it's
just
true.
crushing it. Like think about all the food services, like Bite Squad and all those places that
They're
are
doing
just
great.
killing it.
You know what I was thinking about? Another business. I drove by and I was thinking about it. Is Molly Maid? You know, like the cleaning companies. They're killing it because people are like freaking out. They're
Dude, I
like,
bet
come to my house and clean.
Roto-Rooter, they're just clogging toilets,
Yeah.
unclogging toilets from all the toilet paper just mashed in there.
Can you imagine that though? Like a cleaning company.
Yeah.
They're absolutely killing it.
I bet dry cleaners too. Everyone probably brings in every bit of
No, they're all
of clothes.
closed. Dude. You can't go to a dry cleaner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're all shut down.
That's the thing. I don't know anything.
Yeah, it's weird.
I
I
don't
think,
know anything.
Well, you were saying there's no middle ground, but I feel like the clothing industry is like the middle ground. Like, you know, in music, it's affected because you can only do. There's two avenues to make money. Well, there's a lot of different avenues, but the two main ones are making music and content, and the other one's touring. Touring
merch.
shut down. Yeah. A lot of artists are saying, like, should we postpone our records and stuff? But then they're like, but the thing is what you said earlier is the unknown. They're like, we shouldn't, because who the fuck knows? This could happen for like another year.
Well, you'd think about. I'd be like, right now it would be the most ideal time to put music out. Like the ideal time to put shit out on Netflix and stuff because
True.
for
Netflix,
the most part,
yes,
people
100%.
are right now. I would love for a shitload of music to come out because I'd be like, all right, well, you know,
Now I
we're
can
just
listen to this,
chilling.
yeah.
Now I can listen to all this.
But here's
music.
the thing with music I've kind of noticed. Where do most people listen to music?
The gym, yeah.
No. Well,
Travel, or I mean, in their car.
And a lot of people aren't necessarily driving.
Podcasts are crushing it right now.
True. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, like, when is the last time? I mean, I do it a lot, but not a lot of people, maybe I'm wrong, like, get a new record on their phone and they're like, oh, let's blast it in the crib. Unless they live by themselves or with a roommate. But if you have, like, a family, a lot of people don't do that. Maybe I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's personal preference and everything, but anytime I have, like, one of my favorite bands comes out with a record, I'll immediately just listen to it right away.
Sure.
Whether if I'm in the car, if I'm at home, or I'm here or whatever, I'll throw my headphones on and listen to it. Because I'm just like... Because I get so amped for, like, my favorite bands when they put shit out, so I'll just listen to it. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to have your, you know, really huge music fans who are, like, they just want to listen to new music and stuff. And then you have your people who are like, well, I listen to music when I'm at the gym. And
I think the big thing too, man, is like to like help out is just support businesses. Like,
if you can.
Like, be smart with your money, but like now more than ever, like, you know, your buddy, I'm acquaintances with him, but he's a good friend of yours, one of your tattooers, Ray. We supported him to buy a pair of custom Vans that he's making for us. They should be here next week or this week, he said. And I didn't even think twice. I was like, okay, first off, that's awesome. And he's a killer artist. And you know, little things like that, man. And like, especially with music, please support bands. And not just saying because I'm in a band and Austin's in a band, but like, it's the fact that we need to, that's how you do it, is like, download their shit, look at their YouTube videos, look at their, you know, social media platforms, and if they've got merch, like, buy that shit. And they'll ship it out. They're shipping it out.
Yeah, with tattoo artists, whether they're selling...
Did it die?
Overheated. This one. Keep going.
Yeah.
They're selling, you know, prints and their drawings and stuff like that, because, like, hairdressers, all these people...
That's my wife's other job.
They don't have another source of income.
Or if you had two sources of income and they're both gone, you're like, fuck.
You're like, oh, geez. So everyone's finding alternatives. And that's, I mean, it's a big wake-up call for people. I think a lot of people are going to start getting into really essential professions where you're like, even if something hits the fan super hard, I still probably will be good. But also people are becoming very, very, very... intuitive in terms of what they have to do to make ends meet and adapting to the situation and finding alternatives to make money and shit like that. A lot of OnlyFans page going out to there. Shout out to all the workers. Dig it. Good for them.
Alex you've been teetering, man. You just can't wait. Yeah. But on that note though, I'm glad you said something about that, because this will kind of shake up people to kind of like check themselves of like, do I even enjoy what I do?
Oh yeah.
Like I work, like, you hear the saying, oh man, I work for this company, pharmaceutical, I make so much fucking money, but you hate what you do. Now you're out of a job right now. And then it's kind of like, maybe I should have done that thing that I've always wanted to at least give a shot at. Remember, I always talk about that thing. Why are you not, like, now is the time to do it. And, I've had a lot of people hit us up that, ask what's going on with you. And I'm honest, but I look at it like we have two options. We can hold stuff back and postpone, or just head down and keep moving, and you kind of look at it like, I think you just got to stay the course. But for people that did lose a job potentially, like you were kind of saying, they're going to start thinking a little differently. Like, maybe I should do like, I like painting, right? Or I like making tables and I paint them and make them look cool, like arts and crafts type stuff. You can literally do that shit, get a spot, Shopify or like an Etsy page, and start flipping that shit on the internet. Because there's a lot of people are being really affected by this and being in terms of out of work and everything. Yep. But also there's a lot of people who aren't. That the only difference in their life is they can't go to work now. So they're working at home. Mm-hmm. So, there's still potential for people to make money out there in terms of whether they already have a business or they're just finding alternative ways to make money. You can do it. You just maybe take a little bit of time away from fucking watching Netflix and shit and get on the internet and figure out things that you can do. I think it's going to make people definitely like grind a lot more.
It's going to make a lot of people also get jobs.
Yeah.
There's people out there that, do, hang out with older guys and stuff like that.
Oh, tell me about this. What's this
called?
And
sit on their boats.
What's that called?
In the summer.
Sugar daddies?
Uh-huh. Oh, shit. My sugar daddy can no longer afford to give me cash every single month.
I really want to, like,
what should have. Do?
No, seriously, though, not to really detour from the topic, but we should have legit girls that have sugar daddy guys, and I want to dive into that shit.
That'd be great. So if
I'm really intrigued on that world.
If you live in Minneapolis and you are a sugar baby,
is that what they're called? Is that the term, sugar baby? Okay. Yeah.
I want the dirty deets. I'm familiar with a few, but I doubt they'd want to disclose that. But
we could do like Austin. Can you do the blurry face
and make their voices deep, and they'd be like,
yeah. He said he could.
It's great. I'm
like
on
we're lit up, but they're in a dark room.
Yeah, I'm on Lake Minnetonka on the. But yeah, think about all the people that hang out on the old wrinkly dudes' boats in the summers and stuff, and they don't have that. They don't have jobs. They don't have that income coming anymore. What are they doing? Oh, OnlyFans, duh.
But then what? Yeah, that's true. But that would be a good episode. We'll do that. That'll be a new one. But yeah, man, I hope we'll get through this sooner than later.
Yeah. Thinking like I wish everyone the absolute best. It's crazy and
maybe not some of those Costco weirdos, but
yeah, maybe not everybody, but for the most part.
Oh, and those spring break assholes that are like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Were you ever like, dude? I remember when I was 21, 22. I never thought like that though. I'm like, yeah, I want to go on spring break, but if I knew there was something going on, I'd be like, looks like I'll have to just go like 3 months when this is done.
Or for me, it would be like, oh, well, I guess I'm just drinking in my room alone. Yeah. But I did that anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, the funny thing is, like with the whole social distancing and people are like, I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, what? This is life,
dude. When we talked about the social distancing and like you made a very valid point. You're like, dude, we're week 1 and people are losing their goddamn mind.
It's gonna be bad.
I think here's the weird thing though. Like, you can go outside in your neighborhood and go for a run.
Don't go and cough directly into someone's mouth.
If you skateboard, like you bike Like, you run, go fucking do that.
There's
You're
not
fine.
a mandatory lockdown. Like,
No,
you don't
no,
have
no,
to
no.
stay inside your house. You
Yeah,
can leave it,
Yeah.
but you can't be in large groups and don't go around spitting into people's mouths and shit.
Yeah. We did a workout. Wife and I did one this morning, and we improvised. I, prefer a gym. Don't get me wrong, but we made it happen. And I mean, let's just say you get real close with your family. I mean, that's the thing too. Is I'm trying to put it positive. Is like you're spending more time with your family or people that you live with.
That, and also take into consideration, piggybacking off that, is the people that are being fucking idiots about this whole situation. Not everyone lives a block away from their family or lives close to them, so they can't go see them right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, how about you don't be a jackass?
Yep.
And let's wrap this shit up so other people can go and travel and see their family members, because you're the ones that are not allowing that to happen by being stupid.
Right.
So, yeah, but also stop saying a home workout is as good as a gym workout, because you're fucking stupid, because it's not fun.
Yeah, it got the job done this morning, but
it's not ideal at all. I
But
mean, I can only lift
doable.
my bricks up so many times before I get really bored.
Very true.
I got to go do shoulders after we're done.
You do
here.
like the old dude, we did all like plyo movements.
Yeah,
this
that's stupid.
I would love to see you puke your brains
No,
out.
I'd do it easy, and I'd brush my shoulders off, and then I'd walk away.
Well, I mean, everyone stay safe,
Yeah,
and
for sure. And
Austin, stop going to Chick-fil-A until this is over. Hell no. Yeah, I just, if you can, again, best advice is we're getting a lot of different news sources all over the place. I would say support other businesses. If it's your friend's business, brands you like, now is the time. Every fucking order counts for whoever it is. If it's a photographer with prints to whatever, man, just get out there and support them,
I got addictions that I gotta be able to fund.
Such as?
I have a nicotine addiction.
Yeah, dude, you need to stop. That's, by the way, that's immune compromisation with your
That's
vaping.
what my dad told me, and you know what I told him? I said, if that's the universe telling me it's my time, it's my time. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
I don't buy that. You're too young, man.
No.
Way too young.
But it is what it is. So, yeah, like we're saying, stay safe. Just use the slightest bit of common sense. Just a little bit. And do stuff to keep your fucking brains going during this. You don't have to lock yourself in your room and watch TV all day long. You don't have to.
Think about like if this hit pre the iPhone and internet.
Oh, I know.
People would be fine.
Think about
people would have been like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go walk outside, and we had to do that shit.
Think about if this happened, but the internet shut down.
Yikes.
People
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I would probably.
Straight up,
Yeah.
there would be mass genocide.
Yeah.
Mass genocide.
Jesus. Yeah, it would be bad. I'm just wondering, because last thing real quick, it just popped in my head because you talked about it earlier in the episode, was the testing for the virus. They have like I don't know if it's like a swab or whatever the case is.
They put something in your butt.
Sure. You'd like that. There was a guy in Arizona went to a clinic and he rolled in and stole a shitload of them. Now, I don't know why you're stealing them if he's trying to flip them on the internet
That's
like a
fucked
dickhead.
up.
But there's an example of this whole are people going to start stir crazy and then start revolting?
Yeah.
And they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to government, right?
Yep.
Really weird.
Yep. And there's going to be a shitload of fucking babies next December. Is that the month that's 9 months from now? December?
Why do you say that?
Because there's going to be a lot of doing it.
In what way? Why?
Sex.
Why though?
Because people are in their homes.
Oh.
So if they're with their significant other.
No, dude. Did you hear about?
Be a lot of,
there's actual studies shown that when, like, quote unquote pandemics happen, that sex is at an all-time low.
But I heard masturbation is through the roof.
Correct.
So people just masturbate instead of having sex.
I guess.
I mean, it is what it is.
Because people probably think about it.
do.
Well, think about it. It's bodily fluids, so people are probably thinking, well, I don't know if they have it, and if she's with me or he's with me, I could get it. People get paranoid. So they'd rather jerk it in a sock.
Did you ever do that?
No.
Me either. I never.
That's
understood
awesome.
That.
Yes.
Oh, do you want to?
thank
Do you want to?
That actually made me
Want to
feel
hear
good.
a funny story?
Sure.
So like the.
Austin, have you ever jerked in a sock? Be honest.
Never. That's weird.
So
Thank you. Wow.
Okay,
This is like
I got a
rare
funny-
breed. All
funny
these guys in
story.
high school, they were always like,
Yeah.
dude, you're a loser. I'm like, what? Because they didn't jerk in a sock, you
So,
fucking
okay,
weirdo.
all right.
I got to put it on my foot later.
Yeah. So
Dumbass.
all right. So the whole jerk off into a tube sock
Yeah.
thing.
So dumb.
When I was young, I thought that meant you used the tube sock to jerk off with. So you put your dick in it and then jerked off.
Not a
but
dumb
you're
move.
supposed to actually
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
come into the sock.
I'll be honest with you. That is not a dumb philosophy.
I tried it. It wasn't
Horrible.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
You might as well just grab sandpaper
Yeah, exactly.
and cup
So
it.
that's what I thought it meant. Was you actually used the
I'll let you
sock.
pass on that one, dude.
to
I probably
masturbate.
would have. I mean, I would have thought the similar concept. So
But yeah, I figured that out like last year that's not what you do.
last year,
Yeah.
you're like, last week I tried it.
I was like, why is this? This is dumb. But yeah, all right. I think that's where we
Yeah,
cap
be
this
safe,
bad boy.
everybody. And
New stuff coming out on Friday.
oh yeah, but let's talk about that for 2 seconds. So this is one of the topics before we end this quick. We've worked really hard with our cut and sew team.
Yeah, very
We
much
have
so.
custom, and what we mean by that, cut and sew jogger pants. So these are constructed from the ground up. I'm currently wearing a pair.
Me too.
Phenomenal. You wear them every day, almost
Yep.
every day. We're coming out with a men's version and a female version. And they dropped this Friday, noon Central Time. So we were like debating. We were thinking, should we postpone it? This and that. We said, you know what? Fuck it.
Let's do it.
Let's just
Let her buck.
let her buck. And yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for that this week. And I know, guys, we might, with all the hard times and everyone's going through, we might throw a little bone here and there too.
Probably not, but whatever.
Yeah, no, not really. But anyway, no, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for not only listening, but like I said earlier, the orders keep coming in daily. Thank you. We know this isn't an easy time. And Postal is still open. Iron and Ink is still trucking, baby. So
All right.
thank you guys. Stay safe. Have a great rest of your day.
See ya.
I have to pee so fucking bad.